Okay, we should be good now. We should be good. Let's change the let's change it though. And by change it, I mean let us change the thumbnail. Okay. Should we just do the Giga Chad for now? We're doing the Giga Chad. Alright, what are we going to move this to? Let's do, financial or whatever. Concepts. We'll do, yeah, we'll do investing. Okay. Okay, so first of all, let's do a quick market update just to give you guys a picture where I'm at. Top 5 holdings. Okay, so my, let's change it to a bigger font. Okay, so top 5 are still Theta, Bitcoin Cash. What is my third one? Probably Rune. So which is a Thorchain. Okay. Okay, and then we have XPRT and ADA. I think that's my top 5. Let me think. Theta, Bitcoin Cash, Rune, XPRT, ADA. Yeah. Okay. So let's go general overview. Now, hopefully you took profits during the last run-up. If you watched the last couple videos, I was recommending taking profits, you know, back when, you know, coin like with like Ethereum was at somewhere in this range, I think. I don't know, you can go watch the last couple of videos I've made, but now I think is a good time to buy, okay? Now, if you're first getting into the market, would I put all your money in right now? No. Same thing if you have some cash on the sidelines, would I put all your money in now? Probably not, but I think it's a good entry for at least like 50%, right? So if you were waiting, I think it's a good spot to deploy like 50% of your cash, and then you can either wait for a confirmation of the breakout, or you can wait for further downside, okay? I did make a Rune entry. I put another about 10K into Rune Thorchain yesterday. My entry was around, it was back here. It was around 3.5. Okay. And then I'm going to make one more Thorchain entry, either when mainnet goes live again, or if there's a further capitulation candle to the downside, and like so it goes down to like the mid 2s or something. I'll make one more entry. Okay. But one thing that's positive is a lot of volume is showing up on this daily candle, okay? And I still think the Thorchain is a great buy right now, okay? So Thorchain still doesn't have really any competitors, okay? There's got a lot of FUD right now because it's hacked, okay? So Thorchain got hacked a couple times, but no users' funds were lost. The treasury is easily able to cover it. So the most recent hack was for about like $6 or $8 million, I think, and the treasury is worth $140 million, okay? So they can easily cover it. They have multiple security firms in place now to audit all their updates, and I expect them to release maybe not a fully functional, go back to fully functional, but which like ERC20s and everything, and Ethereum. But I expect them to at least do a limited rollout within a week or two. Okay. Now, if you guys don't remember, Ethereum had a hack, okay, and did a similar sort of thing where Ethereum had what was called the DAO hack, and then it dumped from like, it was around $20, I want to say, maybe like 16, and then it dumped all the way to $4 during this hack, where they had to roll back the chain basically because so much money was being lost from the smart contract that was hacked. This is a similar sort of situation, and then Ethereum over the next 9 months went from about $3 or $4, and it ran all the way to about $1,400 in the course of 9 months. And I think ThorChain can do something similar. Okay. It's a similar new piece of technology with no competitors, just like Ethereum was. You know, when Ethereum first came out, I don't know if you guys remember, but it was a thing that something that had never been done before, right? So all the stuff we were getting with like smart contracts and cross-chain, not cross-chain, but decentralized exchanges, the token system, all the stuff that Ethereum is known for now was very new. Okay, and it had never been done before because Bitcoin couldn't do that. And ThorChain is in a similar position. It doesn't have a lot of competitors right now. It's an amazing leap forward for this cross-chain DeFi technology. Okay, and so I'm buying the ThorChain blood. I'm not putting all my money into it. Okay, I'm of course managing my risk, but I have cash on the side and I'm continuing to accumulate. Like I said, I've made entries at $8. I made another entry here at $3.50, and I'm looking to make one more entry if we get further downside into the twos, or if I get confirmation that it's going back live again, because I think that the price will strongly recover once they go live again. Okay, and once their pools of liquidity on the blockchain are live again. Okay, so no, we're not panic selling. We are buying the blood, and while everyone is fighting ThorChain and saying it's broken and the team doesn't know what they're doing, we are buying that, okay, because we're smart, okay? And I still believe in the team. I think they have excellent work ethic. I think they're ethical. I think they're doing all the right things to address it. And, you know, most of the great projects have been hacked, okay? Bitcoin had to roll back the chain twice. And if you don't know this, Bitcoin had an inflation bug where it had to be rolled back. Ethereum had to be rolled back. Uniswap has had hacks. Lots and lots of great projects have had hacks. Okay, it's just something that happens in crypto. It's code, right? And it's so things happen. Okay, as long as the team doesn't rug pull, which I don't think that they will. I like the team a lot. Hacks will probably continue to happen. Okay, until the protocol is sufficiently hardened, and it will harden because with a dedicated team, over time code does harden. It's just how it works. Okay, and I still don't see really any strong competitors that have gotten a lot of traction to ThorChain. Now, if someday there is a ThorChain competitor, and I see that competitor really growing, and maybe it's better than ThorChain, or I think that they're doing different things and they're getting a lot of traction and a lot of liquidity, then I will change my investment thesis and maybe I'll sell some ThorChain into that project, or I'll just sell my ThorChain altogether. But for the next foreseeable future, like 3 to 6 months, I don't see any competitors. And I think that once they go live again and they get their thing sorted, I think this thing is going to explode, especially when they hit mainnet and they have uncapped liquidity pools. And so I'm still buying ThorChain. I'm still holding mine. Okay. And then, like I said, I still have. I did sell all my Litecoin for XPRT. XPRT is another white dove pick. They're doing some interesting stuff. You can follow them on Twitter. The main thing that XPRT is doing right now is called P-Stake. You can let's just search for it on Twitter. So you can go to P-Stake Finance, and this is it's pretty unique what they're doing. This has never been done before either, which is what I like about this project. Basically allows you to stake other blockchains like Ethereum and all these proof of stake chains, and then you can pull out tokens that represent your staked tokens, and then you can actually yield farm those, which is kind of amazing. I didn't even know. It's another thing. One of these things. Crypto always amazes me a lot of the times. P-Stake is another one of these things that I didn't even know was possible. Okay, I didn't know ThorChain was possible. I didn't know this was possible either. A lot of cool stuff happening with cryptos. Okay, so that's it. I think that cryptos are buy right now. If I were you, I would start averaging in. Don't go all in right now because we could get further capitulation. But I think things are looking pretty good for the bulls. You know, we can see theta. It's doubled from its bottom almost. I want to see it break this downtrend line, but things are looking good. Okay, and I would still be accumulating silver as well. As you know, those are my two favorite things, right? So I have these are my top 5 Let's see, these are my my top 5 cryptos. Okay, and then I'm accumulating silver as well. I haven't bought any silver lately because what I'm doing is I'm waiting for the next big move up, and then during the next during the next big move up, I have some price targets, and then I will start scaling out into silver again. Okay, and that's how you play the game. Okay, you sell overvalued assets for undervalued assets. And like we've talked about, silver is still the most undervalued asset on Earth. Okay, it's extremely manipulated. And when the manipulation breaks, which it will, only God knows the day and time, but it will happen, okay? And I like the chart on silver, okay? We can see, what do we see here? We see it's making higher lows. It's hopefully making another higher low here, okay? What we want to see is it at least hold this level, okay? If it doesn't hold around 23, 24, then a lot of the structure is broken. But we can see it's trying to reclaim a very important level. As I've told you guys before, if we go back to the monthly here, it's trying to reclaim this level here. We can see this in a very important level for silver. Back when it made all-time highs in 2010, this is where it bounced around for more than a year. It was years it bounced around these levels before finally capitulating, okay? So here, it's going to take, it's been almost a year, right? Let's count the candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's been about a year, okay? And so it's taking more than a year to break through this very important level. But once it breaks through this level, silver will basically enter price discovery. And so we could see a situation where it dropped here. Maybe we get a little more here, tighten it up, and then later this year, maybe... let's see, October, maybe like October, November, like late fall, early winter, hopefully we'll start to see it break out here. And once it breaks this level, there's not a lot of price history, so we could see it easily start to impulse. Okay, that's what I'm expecting, and then we'll start to see big moves. Okay, especially as the financial system starts to fall apart, which it is. Okay, but that's our thesis. Okay, and then we're waiting for cryptos to hopefully have another run here soon, and we're going to scale out. We're going to buy more silver. Okay, we're going to buy it into our own possession. Let's see how many viewers we have. I had to catch this live. Okay, and so that's it for the markets. Okay, we're accumulating cryptos. We're accumulating silver, because those are the two, in my opinion, the two most undervalued assets. And then we're waiting, okay? We're holding on to them because we're going to beat the banks at their own game during this inflationary phase, okay? So let's do a quick world update now that we've talked about the markets, okay? So you can go to Twitter, just type in Australia. Let's see, Australia protest. Okay, things are heating up around the world. So we are in a war right now. Okay, and the war is not a kinetic war; it's an information war, and it's a war of the people of the earth versus their governments. Okay, and in places like Australia, they're locking down again. Australia has gone full on fascist. And many places in Europe have as well. Well, basically, they're telling people that they can't even leave their fucking apartment because there's like one COVID test on the island. Okay, like one person tested positive, and they're literally just telling people they can't leave their apartments. Okay, it's gone completely fascist. And if we don't wake up and fight back soon, we're in for dark times. We're in for dark times and suffering anyway, just due to a lot of the reasons for how far away we've fallen from God. And the complete shit show our financial system is, but locking down your whole half your country for one COVID dead is insanity. And they're discussing deploying the military to hotspots to keep people from leaving. Okay, And the people are starting to get fed up with it. Okay, and this is an important development. Okay, because we're gonna have to stand up. And you realize these people that are in charge of us are psychopaths. And if there is a great awakening, and we do wake up and we take our countries back and take our rights back, they will pull the plug. Okay, because they rather destroy the whole thing and make us suffer than have a sort of global awakening. Okay, that they can't control. They rather these people that are in control, if they're losing the game, they rather flip the board. Does that make sense? Okay, so a lot of things are heating up. There's massive protests in Australia, Italy, France, England. I live in California. The vaccine passports are going to come here, I imagine. They'll probably roll it out with universal basic income, and they'll say, hey, if you don't get vaccinated, you don't get the free money. We'll cut you off. And then in other places, like they're doing it in places like France, they're saying you cannot go to cafes. It's becoming the mark of the beast. Okay, and a lot of Christians don't seem to realize this yet. I've talked to a lot of Christians. They say, well, I don't think things are bad enough yet. I don't think we still have too many freedoms. I don't think the vaccine's the mark. Well, one thing you have to realize, my fellow Christians, is that when it says the mark, it's not just one single event that all of a sudden there's the mark, right? And we all know, and you're literally going to get like 666 on your forehead. What it also is, it's an allegory or a story telling you what's happened throughout human history as society decays and falls away from God, and then the structure of society looks for a scapegoat and for someone to mark outside of their society so that they can blame the collapse or whatever they're suffering on another person, right? So you could say that like what the Jews went through was also the mark of the beast, okay? Because they made the Jews in Nazi Germany wear a band, and that's how they marked the Jews. And then the Jews were then they were shut out of society, okay? So you could say that was also a mark of the beast. So I'm not sure that the mark of the beast is like one like super event that's going to happen in quote unquote the end times. It's also a story and God warning us of what happens when a society falls away from godliness, okay? The society will always look for a scapegoat, a group of people that they can blame the collapse on, they can blame the suffering on, they can blame their own evil and darkness inside of themselves on, rather than holding up the mirror. And so the vaccine is a mark of the beast. Okay, people like Fauci, they are an antichrist. Okay, I think in a lot of ways it's better to think of these things as plural. Okay, there are antichrists, there are mark of the beasts. And if you have to get the COVID vaccine, the injection to access all of society's to access the public square, etc., 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 then is it not the mark? Okay, situation. I probably shouldn't have said all that. This channel will probably get flagged now. I need to be more careful and start using code words. The bigger channels that talk about the stuff like I do, they use code words. Like, they won't say COVID. They'll say, they won't say vaccine. They'll say, the thing that people have to get, because then the algos won't pick it up. The algos are going to pick this up now. Next live stream, I'm going to try to do a better job and speak more in code words. Dark times that we have to do that, right? And it's dark times that I have to speak in code words so that the Gestapo doesn't come shut me down. But it is what it is. And things are heating up, okay? And look, you can read the comments. A lot of these people are on the side of the fascists, okay? This is absolutely insane. Stay at home, you fucking idiots. And I've had a lot of conversations with people where I live, too, and they're on the side of the boot on the neck, okay? So if society doesn't fight back, we are in for dark times. Okay, darker than if we're in for dark times either way, but especially if we don't fight back and just go along with draconian laws. But I see a lot of things. I think a lot of people are waking up; they're just fed up with it. That it's gonna play. It's going to play a part with the financial system, too. Because a lot of people are going to be looking for ways to fight back using the financial system. They're going to say, hey, maybe I should just take my money out of the system. Okay? And that's the most powerful thing that you have. The most powerful thing that you have, I mean, we can have a violent revolution here in America, but that's not preferable. I think what's coming is a tax revolt, and I think a lot of people are just going to say, no, we're not going to pay into this system anymore, and that's probably the best way to go. Okay, is that you just stop using their financial system that gives them power over you. Okay, and you switch to. I think a lot of people are going to be using cryptocurrencies as a valve, and a lot of people are realizing how silver is manipulated and how the banks are over leveraged, trying to rig silver. You can go to a very good Reddit is Wall Street Silver. I recommend you join there. Let's see. There's still a good, there's still a few good subreddit. Reddit in general is a shit show, but full of communists, and it's owned by China. It's just so you know, Reddit is owned by China. So I wouldn't be surprised, of course, if they deleted Wall Street Silver eventually. But they can't be that brazen yet, because a lot of people don't quite realize how bad Reddit is, and if they start deleting financial things, they're going to be. So yeah, it's right here. Our Wall Street Silver. And these are just people like me and you that are just accumulating silver because they know how rigged the financial system is. But yeah, that's the greatest power that you have. I would encourage everyone all these QAnon boomers trust the plan and they think the military is going to save them and all this shit. If all those people, millions of them, if they all got together and just took their money out of their 401k, took their money out of the stock market, put it into silver and cryptocurrencies into a new system, it'd be checkmate to the deep state overnight. And that's a great power that we have. Okay, so if you're watching this, encourage everyone to do such a thing. Okay, if we want to beat them, the best way to beat them is to starve the beast, in my opinion. Okay, all right. Well, that's about it. Don't want to keep you guys too long. Stay safe. Have some cash on hand. Have a water filter. Have food. Things are going to get worse. I guarantee it. Okay. I'm very hopeful for the future and what's going to come, but Western society is in a dark place right now. A lot of people are in a dark place, and the supply chain issues, the inflation, it's going to get worse. Okay. Think of all the political tension in the Western world. Think of all the political tension here in America. What do you think happens when the masses realize that the economy is going off of a cliff? What do you think happens when people's unemployment benefits start to not be able to keep up with inflation? Okay, what happens when there's a run on food? Okay, I think it's gonna. In my opinion, it'll be worse than the Great Depression. I really do think that. But the future is bright as always. If we take matters into our own hands, follow God, stay local to your community, and we'll get through this for sure. But all right, love you guys. Peace.